Hello, everyone, and welcome to Soul Standing. My name is Beth, and there was a sale at the library today. Yep. So the books I got that were just for me because I've seen people talking about they're Rochelle Mead books. I don't remember when I've seen them talking about them, but they had the first four in the series. So I got Succubus Blues, Succubus Heat, Succubus on Top, and Succubus Shadows. These are obviously adult reads, so I'm not reading them anytime soon, but I did get them because I remembered people telling me they were good, and I thought I should have more adult reads. All right, then we got a bunch of middle grades. Elena found a bunch of middle grades for her, and I will be stealing them at some point. We got The Quigleys at Large by Simon Mason, Flying Solo by Ralph Fletcher, Almost Famous by David Getz. I'm dropping books over here. Ow. Right, A Nice Girl Like You by Norma Johnston. Silver Days by Sonia Levitin. A Year Without Rain by Deanne Love. Virginia Hamilton's Plain City. The Tulip Touch by Anne Fine. Virginia Hamilton's Second Cousins. Paper Doll by Elizabeth Fuhr. Mama Let's Dance by Patricia Hermes. Barbara Robinson's The Best School Year Ever. The Whipping Boy by Fleischman. Yeah, Sid Fleischman. Broadway Chances by Elizabeth Starr Hill. Hardy Boys number 3. It's the Hardy Boys Case Files Cult of Crime. We didn't know if we had it, so we went ahead and got it. Dealing with Horses by J.F. Kelly. I think that's all of the books Elena got. Oh, nope. Yes, I got The Legend of Sleepy Hollow and Rip Van Winkle. I have this bind up, but I got another one because I teach it at school. And then we got Stuck with Luck by Elizabeth Johnson. This must be one that Raylyn picked out. Is that Sister's book? Oh, okay. And then we also got How to Speak Cat. And If You Take a Mouse to the Movies by Laura Numeroff. That one's yours. Yeah. And we got a couple of coloring books. And I got a Norton anthology, but they're not in this stack. So I don't know if my mom has them or if they're still in the car and I just didn't grab them. But, yep, that's what we got. I also had this little old lady get really mad and snippy with me because she was sorting through books. And I told Elena she couldn't get a book called Fated to the Alpha because it was definitely a naughty adult book. And she was like, but it's about werewolves. And I was like, yeah, it's a naughty adult book. And you're 10 and you're reading middle grade books. And so the 6th grade reading teacher, she teaches junior high ELA at Elena's school. And she was over there and she was like, yeah, definitely not. And so she and I were talking about the age ranges. And I was like, this one at minimum would need to be like, it's a new adult at minimum, right? And so we're looking at another book Elena had brought over, and I was like, this one is also at minimum like 16. She and I are talking about it. Well, a minute later, this little old lady that's going through books is like, I think this book is better, and it's still a young adult book. And I was like, we're looking for middle grade books. And She was like, I know. I taught for 27 years. I know what they are. And I was like, okay. Well, then she found another one, and I looked at it and I was like, oh, yeah, the protagonist in this is 12. Usually, if it tells you, and I was talking to Elena, like, usually if it tells you that the main character is like 12 or 13, then that denotes like a middle grade book because they're just a little older than whoever's reading it typically, or right at the age of whoever's reading it. So, yeah, if it's like 12, 13, then that's a middle grade. But if they're like 16, it's usually a young adult book. And the woman got pissed. It was like, I said I taught for 27 years. And I just looked at her and I was like, yes, ma'am. And I was, telling my daughter the age range is what my mom came in and she's like, what is she on about? And I was like, well, she's mad because I was saying that we were looking for middle grade books, and told Elena that, like, if you can see that the main character is 12 years old, and she thought I was talking to her, and so she got all mad and told me she taught for 27 years and whatever. And Mom was like, did you tell her? And I was like, no, I did not. So I'm not trying to have problems at the tiny little library book sale. I'm just trying to buy books we don't need. Yeah. And then a few minutes later, my mom was like, I don't even remember. I said something about the Norton anthology. So I was like, I really don't need it. And Dad was like, you're going to buy it anyway. And Miss B, the English teacher for Elena's school, was like, you should just get it. I keep all of mine. I was like, well, I've kept all of mine, but now that I'm in the doctoral program, I'm focusing on children's lit, and this is the, like, 1980s classic British authors edition, which is awesome, and I did end up getting it. But really not something I'm probably going to be using. And Mom was like, yes, did you know that my daughter is finishing her PhD? I was like, Mom, I just finished my master's and started my PhD. And she was like, shh, just eyeballing that lady. And I was like, my mom's going to have a throwdown with this 863-year-old woman in the middle of the library sale, but we got books. So, yeah, there's your daily dose of tea drama at the library sale. Folks, I cannot make this stuff up. It was hilarious and also a little iffy. But we made it out alive, and the lady was very nice later. I think she just got her feelings a little hurt because she thought I didn't think she knew what she was talking about. Like, I wasn't trying to be snooty, honey. Nope. Anyway, that was probably TMI, but I had to share that with someone, and I thought you folks would enjoy a little bit of gossip with your book haul. So that's all I've got for you guys today. I will talk to you again soon. Until I do, stay safe out there. Bye.